Hello and welcome to Golden Opportunities. This is our fourth episode here. I'd like to thank our host, Craig Escobar and Alex Gambino from Web Growth. I also want to give a shout out to our sponsors, David Gussin, 516-631-ADS, Cliff Flager from BXB Pros, and Jimmy Coccaro from Coccaro
From Smash Hit Media.
from Smash Hit Media. All these guys are a huge part of my team, our team, really. And, I feel like we couldn't do it without them. I mean, honestly, as far as business growth, we have, David Gussin, Cliff Flager, Jimmy Coccaro. Jimmy Coccaro does our social media, Web Growth, hosts this great podcast here. So I think we surround ourselves with some really great individuals.
Any business, you got to have a good team if you want to grow.
Yeah.
So it doesn't make a difference what the business is. It could be a dry cleaner or it could be, what we do.
Yeah.
If you don't have a good team, not going to happen.
All right, so we don't have Iris here today, right? So that was a great third episode with Iris. She definitely dropped some tips and tricks of HR and things that small businesses have to look out for, and that was really valuable, right?
Sure.
Because I wish I had that resource. I wish I knew then what I know now, right? And they always say hindsight's 20/20. So I mean, how many things do we learn every day? And I mean, honestly, how many things do we learn every day? We're like, holy crap, I learn something new every day, and it just blows my mind how I functioned the day before without knowing something.
Well, I'll just pick up what, the last time I think we were talking about, when you make a mistake or, a business doesn't go well, most people say, it didn't work, and that was the end. And then they go try to look for a job and, whatever. We both had businesses. I've had business that failed, but I learned. And in some respects, it's better than a college education because it's real life, experience.
Yeah.
And we were talking about last week with the HR, oftentimes people don't address HR issues until they're in trouble.
Exactly.
And so we hope that you all received got some benefit from the fact of what we were able to share, what Iris was able to share.
And Iris is a part of our team, right? So anybody who works with us has access to Iris, which is it's a beautiful thing, really.
Absolutely.
To have that resource in your back pocket is really, it goes so far. And we're going to have her back on quite a few times. I mean, she's a part of our team. She's great. So before Iris, where did we leave off? We were talking about health insurance, right?
Right.
Okay. And we were kind of breaking down co-payments, deductibles, max out of pocket, things like that.
I think, I don't know, did I, and sorry for
That's all right.
So now most people have some form of a high deductible plan.
Mm-hmm.
So what happens there, you go see the doctor then submits the claim to the insurance company then reviews it, then sends you an EOB, explanation of benefits, to show you exactly what the doctor supposedly, performed or whatever and what they billed. And then the insurance companies will allow certain things or disallow usually, and then they'll say, okay, patient responsibility. Then typically the doctor will then send you a bill.
What I'm finding a lot now is a lot of these insurance companies, not just the one, but most of them are denying claims.
Sure.
And then you have to resubmit them. I mean, it's really getting to be an issue. And I know why these people are angry at these CEOs and these board of directors because it's an issue. It really is becoming an issue. A friend of mine who does not have insurance through us, he had to go. He has AFib, so he had to go for some type of procedure. What the hell is it called? You know what I'm talking about? Not an angioplasty.
Yeah.
Whatever. So needless to say, they denied the claim 3 times. They did. And they said it wasn't medically necessary. How do you do that? It doesn't make sense. So health insurance is getting more and more difficult, especially with these big insurance companies and all these regulations and these claim denials and things of that nature. So, Jonathan and I, we work with, Safe Haven Insurance Agency. We work with individuals, small groups, and large groups, right? So really what I wanted to talk about today, Jonathan, and if you have another angle, I really wanted to talk about offering your employees, right, as a business owner, offering your employees benefits, right? And really, and I found that as a business owner, when I had a team of employees, one of the reasons that they left, it wasn't pay. It was not pay. It wasn't, people say, employees quit bosses, right? But I find that if you're paying employees well and you're a good boss, someone good, a good leader, right? Then half the battle's there, right? The next thing people leave for is benefits.
Absolutely. It's expensive. It's just bottom line, it's expensive.
But that's what I thought. I really thought. And at one point, I tried to offer me and my office manager health insurance, right? And it was expensive. It was very expensive. And I'm not going to lie. It still is expensive. But I wanted to retain her. I wanted to keep her. And I knew she was of value to my team. And that's what I had to do to keep her, right? So, but there are so many different ways to offer benefits to your employees, right? So, like people don't know, if you have a company over 20 in New York, and especially in New York City, you have to offer your employees a 401k.
Right.
I mean, that's important, right? Like the days of being that boss on a pedestal, right? And keeping your employees down, those days are over.
Like, you mean like the Gilded Age?
Yeah, like yeah.
The robber barons.
I mean, those days are over. Absolutely. You have to you have to empower your employees, really.
Sure.
And I mean, let's be real. Like, if you're saving for retirement, which I hope you are as a business owner, if you're saving for retirement, then why shouldn't your employees, right? Do you want them to struggle their whole lives? Because God knows if Social Security is going to be there, when they retire. I mean, who knows? Who knows? And that's a whole other topic. We could do a whole.
I'll just share with you. I remember years ago, I'm listening on the radio, and I believe it was Boeing Corporation. We're going back many years, and the market was very upset with Boeing because they felt that the company caved in to the employees, specifically, a particular union. Obviously, I don't remember which one, but excuse me. But what happened was he's the CEO is being interviewed, and he says, "Look, we don't have a company if we don't have employees. And you want to know, we're all people, and we all want to have, basic benefits. We're not talking about spoiling people, but we're talking about giving them, things that."
But why can't we spoil people? Like, I don't understand. Like, the 401k, what does that cost you? You don't have to contribute to your employees' 401k, right? Because what you do for one, you have to do for all.
Correct.
And if you're not at that magnitude yet to offer contributions to the 401k, it doesn't make a difference. Give them a 401k. Auto-enroll them in a 401k. Auto-enroll them with a 2% contribution every paycheck, right? And if they don't want to do it, they can withdraw. Right. They can opt out. I mean, there's nothing wrong with that. There really is nothing wrong with that. So benefits, right?
The problem, so benefits always typically starts with health insurance.
Health insurance.
That's the top of the pyramid, and then everything else falls into place.
And you see it, like for instance, and I spoke about Doug on episode 1, right? I spoke about Doug. He didn't have health insurance. Now, granted, he could have went on the exchange. He could have navigated. He could have figured it out. He did it,
easy.
And it's people don't do it. People don't want to go on the exchange. And not only that, but I'm finding that people call and they think they're talking to an enroller from the New York State Exchange, and it's not even the New York State Exchange.
Right.
I mean, so far, I think this month, 3 or 4 clients had said that they were in a plan that was like a nonsense plan, and they thought they got on the exchange. I'm like, no, you definitely didn't. So, but you can offer affordable health insurance to your employees, right? You can. It's not just, you could get a high deductible plan. There are so many different options.
Right.
And guess what? In order to be ACA compliant, a plan has to offer you preventative care and wellness visits. right? No additional fees, no co-payments, no deductibles, nothing. They have to. So at the very least, your employees are getting taken care of.
And
They're
we're
getting
also in
looked
New
at.
York, which is a state that's very generous for the employees or the participants.
Yeah. So I mean, so there are options. There are a ton of options, right? You could offer, for instance, different tiers, right, for your employees, right? You could offer, a gold, a silver, a bronze. You could offer a different plan for your executives, for your corporate executives, right? What does it cost? I mean, really, if you're under 50 employees, you don't really have to contribute anything again, but you're offering it to your employees. You're giving them the option. Granted, it would be great if you contributed a little something, but you don't have to.
Right.
But now, so for instance, we're working with U.S. health centers now, right? And they have this amazing dashboard, which you could. It's a health and wellness dashboard, right, for all of your employees, right? There's virtual visits. There's virtual urgent care. There's virtual primary care visits. There's virtual orthopedics visits, right? Virtual mental health. I mean, this doesn't cost you anything. I mean, really, you could offer this benefit to your employees at the bare minimum, right? Just so that they're taken care of. I mean, that's what it comes down to. You need to take care of the people because honestly, everybody says, "Oh, I'm the founder. This company's nothing without me." But bottom line is, this company
it wouldn't be where it is without your employees.
Yeah, exactly.
It's so true.
Yeah. I mean, so there are so many.
Go. Not to interrupt, but there's a bagel shop near me, and this guy, the owner, he's got to have people that are over 20 years with him. There's a bakery down in, I think, Cedarhurst or whatever. Same thing. People have been there, slicing bread and putting cookies in a box with him for I don't know how many years. So, if you look at companies like that, like what are you doing so that you don't have turnover, which is very costly in so many different fronts. And, I really believe this. If you just treat people the way you want to be treated, you will get more than 100% return in performance from your employees.
What would you tell your kids if they were going into the workforce? Get a job with a retirement plan, with medical insurance.
Yeah.
So, at the very least, offer it to your employees, and at least a health benefit, a health and wellness benefit, where they could, get checked out and take care of themselves, or at least have that conversation with them about health insurance. I mean, it's so important. It really is, because you want people to take care of themselves. And so many times people neglect their health. It's so easy to do. I mean, I was talking with a gentleman the other day. He's in his 50s, doesn't have health insurance, right? Him or his partner. They don't have health insurance. It's a small company, it's a two-man operation. Neither one of them have health insurance. Neither one of them have gone to a doctor.
Yeah, I don't get that one.
I mean, it's crazy. I mean, if they're sick, they go to urgent care. He said to me, but you're not going for your physical. You're not getting your blood. You're not getting your blood work. You're not getting. I mean, and they're in their 50s. You're not getting your colonoscopy. I mean, these are all things my Uncle Billy, he didn't go for his colonoscopy for many, many years. He was into his 50s. All of a sudden, he was, curled over in pain. Guess what? Colon cancer.
Right.
I mean, it's crazy. I just went for the first time. I did. I just went.
Wasn't it a wonderful experience?
It was amazing. But you have to, just like you take care of yourself and you take care of your children, you have to take care of your employees.
So in med school now, so the urologists, there's, normally, when they're checking your colon, your prostate.
Oh, you're really going again?
Okay. In the old school, they used to use one finger. Now they use two because they want a second opinion. Okay. So, anyways, I don't know. I heard that joke. I think it's a great joke. All right. I had to make a little light of it, but no. But yes, we run into people and it's baffling. Like, you you're entitled to certain things. I mean, take advantage of it. This is your health. You know, without it, God only knows what your limitations can be, or the alternative could be worse.
So true. Um, my biggest this is what's funny, and I don't know if it's funny or not, but companies call us, right, and they say, "Oh, I'm over 50 employees. I want to be compliant. I need to be compliant.
Right.
What can I offer my employees that doesn't cost me anything and keeps me compliant?"
Yeah,
right?
we have a great program.
We do have a great program, and I don't want to get into that.
No, we're not. But I'm just saying,
It's so funny that's what people. That's the mindset of people. Like, hey, I just want to be compliant. I just want to get by, or not offering it until you hit that 50 threshold, and you're like, oh, you have 50 full-time equivalent employees. Now you have to offer it, and because the fines are ridiculous. Fines, ACA compliant. Is like 2,300 employee for not offering a plan to your employees, and B, there was one that's affordable. It's for like $4,400 per employee per month that you didn't have it. I mean, the fines are outrageous.
So basically, the government is pushing us to do these things because they want us to be healthier. Hence, therefore, when we're healthier, our drug costs should come down. Our utilization costs should come down, and everything else. And then, when you live a healthy life, you typically are happier.
Okay.
I think so. Anyway,
So, Jonathan,
yes,
you got a group, right? Let's say you have a restaurant, right? You have 10 employees, 12 employees, right? You're not sure if you should offer them health insurance. You're not sure if you can afford it. You're not sure if there's a program out there.
right.
What do you think of voluntary benefits? What are voluntary benefits?
So voluntary benefits are, plans or benefits that usually complement, a health insurance plan, but also provide, greater depth that is through a payroll deduction. So it's voluntary, so the employee has the option to participate. There's also the other benefit is that the premiums are usually, pre-tax dollars, so you'll get the benefit. If, God forbid, you need to, utilize any of these benefits, it's with pre-tax dollars, and so therefore you're not going to be taxed on the use of the benefit. The employer also benefits because he saves on the Social Security, and this is so easy. Every employer should be, or if they don't want to talk about health insurance, fine. Do voluntary benefits. It's exactly what it is, voluntary. There is no obligation on you, and it's only on the employee. And you want to know something? If you just start there, you're a hero.
Well, some examples of voluntary benefits, because because we're using this that voluntary benefit seems like a little intimidating, right? So you could break it down. There's hospitalization plans.
Right. Cancer.
So hospitalization plans is a plan that if you get hospitalized, right, you'll get paid a benefit.
Including going to urgent care.
Including going to urgent care, correct. Now, there's also accident plans. There's also critical illness plans. So that's cancer, heart attack plans. What's it? Cancer, heart attack, stroke? Cancer, heart attack, stroke, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. These are all benefits. Life insurance is a voluntary benefit.
Right,
disability is a voluntary benefit.
Disability. Well, we'll talk about that another day.
No, we're going to do a whole segment on disability insurance, but these are voluntary benefits, and for as little as $8 a week, right? So let's just say it's coming out of the paycheck pre-taxed, right? So that your employee is not paying payroll taxes on that
$8.
On that $8, but using $8 as an example, because some of these plans start at $8, right? But if, you could group them all together. You could get one, you could get all. It doesn't make a difference. But that's getting deducted from their paycheck pre-tax, so they're not paying payroll taxes on that money. You're not paying payroll taxes on that money. You don't even have to contribute.
That's right.
You don't even have to
contribute. That's why the word is voluntary.
Your employee can contribute the whole thing, and they could do it for themselves. They could do it for their family. They could do it for their wife. It doesn't make a difference. And guess what? It's just a benefit for your employees.
It,
Right?
it is the simplest way of creating an opportunity to saying thank you to the employees. This is what we would like to offer, and it's also portable, which means that if the employee should leave the company, voluntary or involuntary, that benefit should
carries over.
Carries over if the employee wants to continue to pay for it.
So these are like, golden nuggets, right?
Yeah.
I mean, honestly. And then
Golden
even with
opportunities.
golden opportunities. And even with health insurance, right? It's pre-taxed as well.
True.
So if they're getting health insurance through you, your employee's getting health insurance, right? It's coming out of their paycheck, pre-taxed, so they're saving the payroll tax on that portion of their contribution for their health insurance. If you're contributing, same thing, you're saving on the contribution as well of the payroll taxes. So it's a win-win. I mean, really it is. And we have so many different plans. Again, these health and wellness plans.
Right.
We have, cafeteria plans. There's so many options.
Even
Dental, vision. I mean, these are all benefits to your employees. And again, you don't have to contribute. You are just offering it to your employees. I mean, there are so many options, and your employees will respect you more. You will have more retention, and you will attract more employees by offering these benefits.
and
And it doesn't cost you anything.
And it doesn't
Zero
cost you anything.
cost. I mean, it's
let's take a small, a trucking company, and let's say they've got 30 guys working for them, and women, and these are solid blue collar guys, and trying to squeak out and make a living. They're working for you. They're stuck in traffic, constantly. Not easy, right? So if you are able to offer this benefit, and let's face it, things happen in life, and now they have a place to go where there's a financial compensation for something that can cost them a lot more money. It's funny. No one ever says, and I'll direct this to life insurance. Oh, he had, when he died, he had too much insurance. Never heard that. I have heard, the other way around.
That's right.
Did he have,
all the time.
did he have life insurance, and did he have enough life insurance? Never have I ever heard he was overinsured. So, and this is something that you use, during your everyday lifetime. Let's say you get to feel a little pain and you got to go into the emergency room, right? You don't know. And let's just say it's indigestion. Okay. See? Indigestion. And
That was my stomach. So.
that was your stomach. And now you have, that emergency room visit could be $250, $500, whatever it is, and now you have a source.
Well, with that hospitalization plan, you are getting paid.
Right.
If you go to the emergency room, if you get admitted to the hospital,
Right.
every day that you're in a hospital, if you in the accident plan, if you get stitches, if you break your arm,
Right.
if you go to an orthopedic doctor, these are all things that you're getting paid for. To offset your deductible and co-payments, right? Or if you have a zero deductible plan and very low co-payments, that's money in your pocket.
Absolutely.
So you're rewarding your employees.
And I'm going to tell you, and anyone who has a family with young children,
Oh my goodness.
this is a no-brainer.
How many cuts, bruises? I mean, my poor mother. I mean, when we were kids, we were always breaking bones, getting stitches.
Yeah, right there. But anyway.
I mean, we offer these plans every day. We work with quite a few different carriers for these, and we do what's right for our clients.
Right.
If you need more information about these plans, reach out to Jonathan or myself at Safe Haven Insurance. Again, we're licensed across the country. I'm licensed in 32 states. You're licensed in quite a few states as well. 631-608-1137, or check out our website to learn more about these plans, safehaveninsuranceagency.com. If you like what you're seeing, please like it, please share it, please subscribe to our channel, and you'll get more of these videos every time they're released. our sponsors are amazing. 516 Ads, David Gussen, Cliff Flager, BXB Pros, Web Growth, Jimmy Coccaro from Smash Hit Media. These are all guys that are on our team. These are all companies that support us, and we support them. So please, if you'd like to find out more about them, check out their websites as well. But back to employee benefits, it really sets you apart from everybody else. I was in a meeting this week, right? Well, last week. And I sat down with a CEO, a CFO, and a bookkeeper, 2,000 plus employees. And, their biggest pain point was employee retention.
Right.
They said in their particular industry, right, an employee will leave them for 10 cents an hour. They said that when they hire an employee, do an employee contract, right, and the employee can either pick from XYZ benefit or holiday pay, right? So if the employee gets paid for that holiday, right, or they get XYZ benefits. And they said that when the employee comes to them and says, "Hey, listen, I didn't get paid for that holiday," they say, "Well, here's your agreement with us. When we hired you, you chose XYZ benefits." And they said, "Oh no, I'm going to go work for so and so. They pay holiday time, but they're not going to give you the XYZ benefit that we offer you." So,
And then, right. And
I mean, let's be real. I mean, I don't know what's going on with the workforce or the labor force. I mean, I see it with some of my kids. Some of them I'm very proud of. Some of them I wouldn't hire. But I mean, in this day and age, right? When you find, number one, you want to attract quality employees, right?
Yeah, it's what we've been. That's probably the key point of this podcast.
You want to retain quality employees. So once you find one, you don't want to let this person go.
Correct.
They're an asset to your team, right? So, and it's not just this one particular industry that we met with this company this week. It's across the board. It's every industry. How many people are leaving to go somewhere else? I mean, if you're not quitting a boss, right? If you're not quitting a boss and you're not quitting the pay, you're quitting the benefits package.
Right.
Let's be real. Set yourself apart from everybody else, right? That's what it's all about.
And it's not as expensive as you think it is. There's many different ways that these.
Sometimes it doesn't cost you anything.
Right. That's the other thing. Sometimes it doesn't.
We have
cost
plans that will not cost you anything. Not only will it not cost you anything, it will save you a fortune in tax dollars.
Correct.
Save you a fortune in tax dollars. Now, on the flip side,
Correct.
just worked with a group, small group, 8 employees, right? The gentleman's trying to grow his company. He's doing very well, all right? And he said to me, "I want to give my employees health insurance. I don't care what it costs. Find me the right plan for them. I want to offer them health insurance." So we did. We found him affordable health insurance. He got a little better plan for himself and his family, but we found him health insurance, and he's giving it to his employees. Right. Not only is he giving it to them, he also got dental and vision as well. Now, guess what? These 8 employees,
They're not leaving.
they're not leaving.
They're not leaving because everyone understands the value of benefits and above and beyond whatever your salary or wage is, because you can have an event that can financially ruin you. In fact, the number one cause for personal bankruptcies in the United States is due to
Medical. Yep.
Now, New York State's very protective about that, but that aside, it's so easy to rack up $100,000-$200,000 of medical expenses if you have to go into the hospital.
You just went to the hospital.
Yes, I did.
So, is it all right?
Yeah,
all
fine.
Right. You just went to the hospital.
Correct.
He made the appointment with his cardiologist.
Correct.
To go to the hospital and have a procedure done. They called you the week before, and what did they tell you?
The week before, they told me.
They said, "You have a deductible,
Oh yeah, I have a deductible, and I'm like, that's
bring
fine.
payment.
Oh, yeah, that actually is for my eyes. Yeah, I had to bring payment. That's a funny story. And I left my credit card. It's 5:30 in the morning. I left my credit card in the car. I had to call my wife. She had to park illegally. She wasn't comfortable. She came up with the car. Anyways, but yes,
Everybody wants to get paid.
yes.
I mean,
And now, I mean, years ago, you were able to negotiate, like if you had a big bill and with the deductible. Most hospitals and providers are no longer, negotiating that aspect of your plan because it is part of your plan, and that is your responsibility. Anything above and beyond, and if there's extra charges, that's negotiable.
so I just bought 3 tickets to Beatrice Haas's fundraiser for JC's kids, right? So it's a charity for children with cancer, right? So not only does she bring toys to the hospitals around the holidays, that's not all she does. And I honestly thought that's what she did. Like,
Right.
I thought that was,
Well, that's when we see her.
that's when we see her out, right? So what they actually do is they give families checks who have a child with cancer, right? And I was on her website when I was buying tickets for this event, and I saw child's got to go for cancer treatments 5 times a week. It's $50 copayment. They're going into the city. They have to park the car.
Oh, yeah.
So now you're talking $500-600 a week if you're lucky, right? If you, I parked in the city the other day. It was $58. I was there for 2 hours.
Right.
I couldn't imagine all day. So let's just say best case scenario, $600.
Right.
$600 times 4 is $2,400 a month.
Right.
That's your mortgage payment, right?
Absolutely.
So now these families have to choose. Obviously, you're choosing your child over your bills, right?
Correct.
So I could see the financial burden straining a family, right?
No question.
And let's not kid ourselves. Cancer is at a disgustingly high rate right now, right? I saw my uncle Billy, who worked for me at the time, right? Diagnosed with cancer. He started out as colon, right? He battled cancer for 7 years. It was his colon, it was his lungs, it was his kidney, it was his liver. And then finally, he got lightheaded, fell, hit his head, had a blood clot, and passed away, right? But he battled cancer for 7 years. He couldn't work, right? Most of his career was off the books, so he didn't pay into the system. He got a very small disability Social Security check, right? He didn't have a disability plan. He didn't have a cancer plan. Now, later in his career, when he was working for me, if I could have offered him those 2 things, right, he would have had a different quality of a life while he was going for his cancer treatments. Now, he sold his house because he couldn't afford his house on his disability Social Security. He had a new car. He had car payments. He couldn't afford his car anymore, so he sold his car. So he didn't have payments. He bought a beater, right? These are all like that. It happened.
Yes.
It happened like that. If he had a cancer plan, if he had disability insurance, his last 7 years of life would have been completely different. And that's why I do what I do.
Absolutely.
Right? I do what I do for all the dogs in this world who don't have health insurance, who don't take care of themselves. I do what I do for my Uncle Billy because he didn't have disability insurance. He didn't have a cancer plan.
But oftentimes, James, sorry for interrupting, but
I'm used to it by now.
a lot of these small businesses aren't even aware.
No, they're not.
That's
That's what we're here for.
Right.
We are here to educate you and help you learn about options, right? Because what would it look like? How would you feel if that was one of your employees? If you walked in and found one of your, and it happened to me.
Right.
It's not a story. It's not a farce.
We all know people.
Yeah.
And if not, we probably have people in our own families where it happened. I mean, my father, 59 years old, stroke, left side, done. So, fortunately, my mother actually got him a disability policy. But that,
And I bet you he bitched about it. I bet you he didn't want to pay the premium.
no one wants to pay the premium.
Yeah.
We're in the business. We don't like paying the premiums. But I'll tell you, anytime someone needs that benefit, that they're happy. They always say they're happy that we have it. I wish I purchased more. But nonetheless, it's, it's
Because it's there when you need it.
right.
It's, if you don't need it, thank God, right? Thank God you don't need it, right?
It's what is it called? A drink to at Starbucks. I mean, so I don't go to Starbucks, so I can afford it.
I make my own. I buy the Starbucks beans. I grind. This is our new thing. I mean, we were doing the K-cups, but I don't want to get into that. You distracted me. But, I mean, what would it be like if you lost one of your key employees, right? What would it be like if you couldn't financially help that employee, right? Because they're sick and they're an asset to your team, but you're not in the financial position to help them while they're going through their treatments or whatever. How great would it be if you had that plan or any of those or any combination of those plans to help your employee? I mean, and for yourself too. It's not just for your employee.
Right.
It's for you. It's for business owners. I mean, accident plans, hospitalization plans, cancer plans, critical illness plans, disability, life insurance. It's so affordable. You could bundle them together. You could get it out of your payroll. You could have the payroll deduction from you. Right. So you're not paying your FICA taxes or FUTA taxes on your contribution. I mean, it's a no-brainer. It's a no-brainer if you ask me. And then health insurance. Call us. Right. Sit down with Jonathan or myself. There are a ton of options for you. And most of the time, we could find you little or no cost health insurance with some really great tax incentives and tax savings. There are a million options. Schedule an appointment with Jonathan or myself, safehaveninsuranceagency.com, 631-608-1137. We're here to help. Pick our brains. Call us. I mean,
we actually enjoy what we're doing. We do. I mean, for something that's a little mundane,
but it's not. Every day is a different story.
And every day is a different story.
Every day is a different company. I mean, you've sat down. How many different walks of life have you worked with?
I can't count. It's and
how many different personalities? How many different stories have you heard?
Too many.
Yeah.
And the best part is now they're part of my resource for, most, not all, of people that I would refer to, if I needed some information. But reach out to us. It is there's no obligation, and you may just learn something and be inspired to implement something that we discussed.
Again, if you like what you're watching, please like, subscribe, share. Definitely share. We want as many people to know the information that we're providing you. Share it. We want as many people to know about this stuff as possible. I want to thank our sponsors. You guys are amazing. Watch us next week. We're here, same time, same place. Jonathan, anything else you want to share?
That's it. Be safe, be happy, and we'll see you next week.
See you next week. Thank you for watching Golden Opportunities.
Golden Opportunities.
Amen.